Welcome to this explainer on what is, quite honestly, the ultimate instructional roadmap for the upcoming school year. Today, we're diving deep into the MTH 322A Summit Consumer Mathematics Curriculum Guide for 2026 to 2027. If you're an educator, a curriculum planner, or honestly just someone who is passionate about how we teach critical life skills to students, well, this is your year at a glance. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. The entire course is built around a really fantastic dual purpose. On one hand, it provides students with meaningful, practical opportunities to develop real-world financial literacy. But at the exact same time, it's rigorously strengthening their algebraic reasoning and problem-solving skills to align perfectly with New Mexico Common Core state standards for Algebra 1. It's the best of both worlds.
To achieve that perfect balance, the course is mapped out over exactly 36 weeks of instruction. Now, while this specific pacing is highly recommended to get through everything, remember that it's meant to be a flexible roadmap. Teachers, you can and absolutely should adjust this timeline based on student progress, your formative assessment data, and the nuances of your own instructional calendar.
So here's the chronological journey we'll be taking over the school year. We'll start with building a financial foundation, move into understanding income and credit, then planning for financial security, and wrap up with applying consumer mathematics.
Starting off with Quarter 1, Building a Financial Foundation, which covers weeks 1 through 9.
You'll notice how the curriculum smoothly escalates right out of the gate. We establish a strong foundation in weeks 1 and 2 by connecting algebraic reasoning to basic financial goals and decision-making. By weeks 3 through 5, students are already analyzing personal spending and learning how to budget. Then, we spend weeks 6 through 9 tackling banking, savings, and the absolutely vital everyday skill of account reconciliation.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how that dual purpose works in practice. Look at how specific financial topics like calculating income and mapping out expenses tie directly to core algebraic standards, specifically those equation building and function standards. And instead of just a standard multiple choice test, this unit culminates in a hands-on budget project. It makes the abstract math completely tangible for the students.
Moving right along into Quarter 2, Understanding Income and Credit, taking us from week 10 through 18.
This is where the focus shifts toward modeling some pretty complex financial situations using equations and functions. Over weeks 10 through 17, students are diving into highly rigorous topics. We're talking employment and payroll, understanding exactly how deductions and taxes affect future paychecks, plus credit, debt management, and how loan interest compounds over time. They'll be tackling performance tasks that require some serious statistical and functional analysis.
Quarter 2 then wraps up at week 18 with a comprehensive semester review and assessment. This is a crucial pause. It gives everyone a chance to step back and tie all these complex algebraic and financial concepts together before heading into the second half of the year.
Next up is Quarter 3, Planning for Financial Security, which spans weeks 19 to 27.
Here, the course pivots slightly toward evaluating long-term financial decisions. Students examine saving, investing, and the underlying mechanics of insurance. More than that, they actively apply rigorous algebra to literally understand the complex math behind massive life decisions, like getting a housing mortgage or financing a vehicle.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the hands-on investment portfolio assessment happening between weeks 19 and 22. This is a major project where students have to apply the principles of compound interest to real-world wealth-building strategies. It is a fantastic way to bridge abstract mathematical functions with practical lifelong investing skills.
And that brings us to the final stretch, Quarter 4, Applying Consumer Mathematics, covering weeks 28 all the way to 36.
This quarter is all about synthesizing everything they've learned. In weeks 28 to 31, the focus is consumer decision-making, things like calculating sales tax and discounts for a major consumer project. Then they pivot beautifully into entrepreneurship and career readiness. By week 35, students are literally stepping into the shoes of a business owner to write a full business plan based on function and equation standards. It's a tremendous, empowering progression that finishes up with a capstone project in week 36.
Now shifting focus to the classroom execution for just a second. To successfully deliver this robust curriculum, there are 5 core instructional expectations. Teachers need to establish clear, standards-based learning targets, actively engage students in mathematical discourse, conduct frequent checks for understanding, consistently apply the math to real-world situations, and of course, provide responsive intervention and enrichment along the way.
So, considering all of this, We have to ask the big question, are your students ready for the real world? Because by the time they reach that financial literacy capstone presentation in week 36, having synthesized all those algebraic standards with real-world financial skills, this curriculum ensures the answer is a resounding yes. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and here's the guiding your students toward true financial and mathematical success.